Ontario's job losses could drive you to drink. I'm Lilley with the Rebel.media. Ontario is losing more jobs and another manufacturing plant to the United States. And this time, we're in trouble. Because if Kathleen Wynne's bad policies drive you to drink, then grab a bottle quick, because the latest plant we're losing is a booze plant. After almost 50 years in Brampton, Ontario, Bacardi is shutting down their rum and vodka bottling operations and moving the jobs and most of the production to Florida. So 51 jobs are being lost. It's not a huge number, but it is part of a trend for Ontario under Kathleen Wynne. Have you heard about this plant closing, the jobs being lost? Hasn't really been covered in the media outside of some local, and I mean very local coverage. There's no one calling on the government to do something to fix their policies in our legislatures. Brampton voted Liberal at both levels of government, so no Liberal MP or MPP is going to say very much about how the government they're part of has job-killing policies. But let's look at that limited local coverage. Kudos here to the Brampton Guardian for bringing this story to our attention and for getting a comment from the company on why these jobs are being lost and the operation shipped off to Jacksonville, Florida. The company said, Bacardi carefully considered all other options before making this decision, which was necessary due to the changing business environment over many years in Canada and the importance of increasing efficiency to ensure the company's future competitiveness. Now, you'll note that the company specifically cited the changing business environment in Canada as the primary reason. If this was not a policy issue, a political issue, then the company would have just muttered something generic about efficiency. Now, here's the kicker. This company, this plant specifically, they were just given a grant by a joint federal-provincial fund that was supposed to be about making the plant more efficient, keeping it in Brampton. It was just last May, Ontario's Minister of Agriculture made a big announcement as he handed over a $350,000 check and told those assembled, having Bacardi Canada's bottling operation anchored in our province sends a clear signal to domestic and foreign markets that Ontario was a prime location where food and beverage processing companies can invest, expand, and be successful. That was Jeff Lilley, Ontario's Minister of Agriculture, Food, and Rural Affairs. Well, the money didn't keep the company in Brampton, did it? I can tell you that Ontario's policies in particular, but likely some federal ones from Trudeau, they helped chase the company away. And as I've said, this is part of a pattern. A little while ago, I told you about the company Nature Fresh. This company specializes in growing greenhouse tomatoes. They wanted to expand, but did they expand in Leamington, Ontario, where they're already based, the tomato capital of Canada? No. They went to Ohio. I also told you about Leland Industries, a fastener manufacturer that prides itself on having its plants in Canada, in Ontario specifically. They're building their next plant in Illinois and citing both electricity prices and cap and trade as the reason for going stateside. And of course, you'll recall that when Amazon decided to build a major data center in Canada, they didn't put it near their cluster of facilities near Toronto. They went to Montreal to take advantage of Quebec's cheap hydro prices. Ontario is suffering under the Ontario Liberal Party. This province used to be the economic engine. It drove the country until the Liberals and their disastrous policies on things like hydro came forward. And, well, let me tell you, this province had never accepted a single equalization payment from the feds. Ontario paid in, but it did not take out. Well, under the Liberals, Ontario is now a have-not province, a province that will continue to have fewer jobs and fewer places like Bacardi providing those jobs until the Liberals are gone. Just another reason to fire Kathleen Wynne. If you liked the video you just saw, make sure you click here. Never miss a Rebel video again.